Right, what's going on, boys? So, for those of you that aren't aware of who justaminx is, she's basically a Twitch streamer from Ireland who got big off of Raj Patel, or now The Austin Show, I think it's called. And one key factor about her is that she's Irish. And you know what that means? She has a drinking problem. So for those of you that haven't been keeping up to speed with Twitter or Twitch streamers in general recently, you won't have seen that the Streamer Awards happened. Now, if you don't know what the Streamer Awards are, it's basically the Oscars, but for online celebrities, and basically just reaction streamers getting all the awards. We all know watching videos on stream is award-worthy, so well done. But basically, the whole reason I'm making a video in the first place is there was an after party for that event, and the Twitch streamer justaminx, or just Minx nowadays, was seen here in these DMs begging to come to the event, just under one condition, that she doesn't drink, because apparently she has a pretty bad drinking problem. I didn't know this about her. I didn't really used to watch her streams, so I don't know how I would, but I didn't know this about her. But when you take into account that she's Irish, it kind of makes sense. Anyway, Cutie Cinderella agreed to let her come and sit on the floor with all the rest of the streamers, so long as she doesn't drink. Obviously, Minx was just going to say whatever she could to get there, so she agreed to not drink. Agreed. And in fairness, from what I've heard, she didn't drink at the actual event. It was the after party where she started drinking. And by the seams of it, she drank a fuck ton.
She is getting escorted out by security because she's trying to throw heaters into the pool. And then...
Which is bad.
Is a bad thing. Yeah.
Heaters?
The big propane.
The big gas heaters.
Okay, so off rip, you can already tell when someone's drank too much when they start basically trying to vandalize the person's house that they're partying at, which is exactly what Minx is doing. Bear in mind, she promised not to get drunk at any point of the event or throughout the day in general, because Cutie Cinderella has stated that she's tried to get Minx help multiple times over the past few years. And since Minx is a classic Irish woman, she just keeps drinking.
I'm being told that like security's handling it, and I'm like, you know what? I have to deal with this other problem, so hopefully security handles it. Apparently, upon walking her out, she went limp with the intention of making it harder to kick her out. You know, dead body weight is much harder to that. And in doing so, then
Tactical.
Yeah, tactical. Some other stuff happens. All of a sudden, she's just laying on the ground, limp, and no longer cooperating and getting removed from the party. Now, her friend that is with her is very concerned. Obviously, now I'm getting concerned because this is someone's safety. And you know, we're trying to figure out, does she need an Uber home? Does she need an Uber to an emergency room? What should we do? By the time I get called out there, they're telling me the party needs to be shut down because since she's in the front yard, neighbors are starting to come out because it's causing a scene.
And just like that, Minx ruined the entire streamer party. I bet they were so glad that she were there. Now, but on a real though, it is kind of sad that obviously she can't control her drinking. I know it's a classic European thing to overdrink quite a lot, but when you've already promised your friends and everyone that's going to be there that you're not going to do it, and then you can't even control yourself from just not drinking for one night, at that point, it is a pretty big issue, and you probably should check into rehab or something. Because justaminx on Twitter was quite clearly very remorseful about the situation. She was asking if she could reimburse the party because Cutie Cinderella said she spent a good 50 grand on this party. I don't even know how the fuck you make a party cost 50 grand, but she did it somehow.
And I'm saying, you know, I have to make sure she's okay, but also like, I don't know what's going on. Her friend, unbeknownst to me, called 911. So then in this residential neighborhood, a fire truck comes pulling out, an ambulance, police cars, and they have to close the party. So by 11 o'clock, my after party that I spent thousands of dollars on to celebrate my friends is closed down. The thing that I wanted to do to finally relax and thank these people for coming and just like kind of celebrate this thing that we all just did together.
And I mean, you can't really help but feel bad for Cutie Cinderella because she put on this whole event, wanted it to be a success, just for someone to come along that she has tried to help multiple times in the past and come and ruin it. And then justaminx later went on her alt account on Twitter to try and blame it on an epileptic fit, the reason she got the party shut down, the reason why she collapsed outside. But then Cutie Cinderella comes in with a now deleted response and basically just shuts that lie down. Because Minx tried to blame her seizure happening because someone in the party pushed her, aka trying to pass liability onto Cutie Cinderella and whoever ran the party, because if that was a real case, Cutie Cinderella probably could have got sued for that because seizures are pretty serious things. And the reason none of her friends really have any sympathy for her anymore and everyone at the party was just kind of sick of it and pissed off that she got the party shut down is because apparently this is the second time this month that this has happened, which if true, then I honestly just don't blame any of them for getting pissed off. You can't really help someone that doesn't want to be helped. I know that's a very cliche saying, but there is realistically only so much you can do. You can't really drag them down to a fucking rehab center. You can only try and make them see what's wrong in what they're doing, and then hopefully suggest it to them, and they maybe go for it. But I think in Minx's case, she doesn't really see an issue with what she does. I think what will happen is she'll apologize to everyone, she'll do all this public press, you know, fucking damage control, whatever. And then the next event that she probably won't be invited to, but she'll find a way there, she will probably end up doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, she's not going to get help unless she really wants it. And this is the one time I definitely hate to agree with Twitter on something, but for once, Twitter does have a pretty good take, and they're all basically just suggesting she takes time off of streaming because it's clearly not that good for her, and she checks herself into a serious rehab where you can't leave, where you're there for a good month or so, because although she might not think it's that serious, I think what's been happening in recent times with how much she drinks and can't control it kind of proves that maybe she does need a bit of help with it. And she has recently publicly stated that she's going to be going back to Ireland, which is where she's from, to get the correct medication, because apparently in America the doctors haven't had the right medication for her epilepsy, which might be why she's been a bit off in recent times. But hopefully, in the process of going back there, her parents see her and they try and get her some help, because surely I imagine her parents have been just witnessing everything. But obviously since she's been in America, there's not really much they can do. But once she gets back, I do hope someone is just there to sit her down and explain to her that it's probably time she sees a professional. But if you are watching this video and you have made some shitty comments towards her in the midst of a breakdown and shit, you know, it probably won't help in this situation, or any situation for that matter, if we're being honest. But I say if you're watching this, just go and give her some kind words, encourage her to get help. Obviously, don't be obnoxious with it, just be nice, be kind, spread some positivity. That's the first time you've heard that on this channel, innit? Spread some. But yeah, that is probably going to be it for me for today's video, boys. I do appreciate you for watching. This is kind of more of like a topic commentary video instead of my previous videos where they've kind of been like less time-based. I just wanted to talk on this because it's something that interests me. I've been seeing it a lot recently, and I just wanted to add my 2 cents because I'm a fucking cunt and I think people care about my opinions. But yeah, that's it from me. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're on our way to 2k subs, mate, and we're on our way to actually getting paid from YouTube for once. Follow my Twitter down below so you can like my tweets and feed my ego a lot more than it already does get fed. And yeah, it's gonna be it for today's video, boys. I appreciate you for watching. Join my Discord server, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram while you're there. Fuck it, why not? Peace out. Try not to drink in your lifetime, honestly, because you'll avoid situations like this.